So what kind of new and innovative ideas would you bring to the state attorney?
Well, you know what, Sandra, if everybody would like to take a look at my website, www.electteresawilliams.com, they're going to see my 10-point vision for the future of the county. It's short and sweet, but it pretty much covers many of the subjects that we've already talked about today. Number one, phase one is training. And bringing that implicit bias training to make sure that what we're doing is correct, but also our prosecutors really need to be trained on the law and how to conduct themselves at trial, because I've seen some work that causes me to question the representation of innocent victims. So we need training not just in the law, but in how to exercise discretion appropriately and to acknowledge implicit bias and correct it in our system. That in order to make any of that happen, we have to have a statistical database. We need to internally be monitoring what we are doing, and that is going to be my first implementation to a change in technology at our office. I expect that to be a massive endeavor. I really want to take like a metadata approach where we're looking at a whole bunch of different categories. Talking specifically about that difference between Haitians and Jamaicans and Bahamians and African Americans, Hispanics, whites, people that all of the different cultures we have in our communities, all of those factors need to be analyzed. And so we will be implementing that immediately. Again, we need to stop doing the same things over and over again that don't work. I'm sick and tired of having the Florida legislature tell me that they're not interested in spending the money to rehabilitate our youth and to fix our criminal justice system. We have amazing community-based programs that sit with beds empty and money going to waste because we're not integrating our criminal justice system, but what we have available out in our neighborhoods, right where people have access to it. We need to integrate what we are doing with the community into our system, and we do that by using the pretrial diversion program. I'm going to be expanding this exponentially. The pretrial diversion program is going to probably address most low-level crime as well as third-degree felonies pretty much across the board, because what I really believe is let's utilize our community-based programs. Let's get people the help they need. Let's give them a little bit of punishment so that they know not to come back. But we don't have to saddle them with a conviction that's going to prevent them from getting a job for the rest of their lives. So let's implement empowerment, rehabilitation into our punishment systems so that we are actually improving people's lives and helping them get back on track, rather than putting them into a spiral of a system that is geared towards failure and making them just another number in a private prison. We need to overhaul our direct file system, as we talked about, because our youth is the most valuable asset that we have. We need to make sure that we are looking at expansive strategies that really implement meaningful rehabilitation, and that we're not just putting a Band-Aid on a problem. We touched upon, one of the things we didn't talk about are some of the salary problems that we have at the Broward County State Attorney's Office and keeping good lawyers. While we need to diversify, it's really hard to get talent to come over to the state attorney's office because of salaries. So I really hope that we're going to see some of the youth that are out protesting, being police officers and becoming prosecutors. And I want to foster that type of an environment to create that type of cultural change in our system. Like I said before, you know what? I am a person that I'm the person that's run the event. I'm the person who has run the organization. I'm the person who's run my own business, raised 2 kids, been a criminal justice advocate. You ladies know exactly who I am. And you also know that it's going to take a woman who has that skill set to make things actually happen in our courthouse. And so that is what I offer to this county. I think that I have got a skill set to invoke the respect of the people who've been part of this system and make them understand the need for change, make them see what I've seen and learn what I've learned. And it's that experience on both sides of the podium that I really feel makes me the best candidate to be your next state attorney.
Yes.
So
Thank you.
I hope you'll take a look at the website. You know what? Right now, we need volunteers like crazy. I know that people are hit hard by the virus, but if you can make some phone calls for me or put your sign in the yard, please sign up to volunteer. We would so appreciate it. And if you haven't been hit by the virus at all, you know, financially is what we need the most. The good old boys are circling the wagons on this one and raising a lot of money for people. You know, the people who are making money in this system don't want to see me get elected. So I'm doing my very best, but I absolutely need your help. So if you can't volunteer, please try to tell as many people as you can in your family, your neighbors, your friends to please vote for me, and that you got to vote in August.
Yes,
The
August
small
18th.
race will be determined in August.